just as a reminder, and to put this at the forefront of this episode, we are streaming straight as pretty much this episode ends over on Kick and on Twitch. We stream the next week's episode as of recent, because what we've started to do is we upload on a Sunday. It'll be like an hour typically before the episode ends. We usually start streaming on Twitch between 12 and 1 o'clock. Twitch and Kick. So feel free to jump over if you want to see a preview for the next week's episode. And we'll be there if you want to ask any questions, want to discuss any points that we might have. Feel free to do so. We're more than happy to have discussions while we do these streams. And
or just talk some shit, because he doesn't like talking shit.
Exactly, and we'll definitely end up, knowing us, putting that in the video as well. So feel free to do so. Hello everyone, and welcome back to the 146th episode of PandTha Talks.
Hello!
I do apologise if I sound a little weird this week. I kind of lost half a tooth, and it's usually where my tongue rests, so I'm still getting used to talking. It still feels weird. Not happy. Too many chewits.
That's tough, man.
Look, I have
not had a good week.
Honestly, more than you know, sir. I ordered aircon. The aircon is still not here.
Oh, man.
I have been arguing with Yodel for about 4 or 5 days now. I look forward to screaming at them again in a bit. Yeah, it's been an awful week. The heat has been exhausting me repeatedly, and I woke up today with a migraine.
Fantastic.
Yeah, you were at 24 degrees. We've been near 35. Get lost.
It's 24, but it feels like 30.
Ours was 30.
But like it's been feeling hotter than what it actually is.
That's fine. It can feel
You gotta
hotter.
remember, it's always really heavy over here.
Oh, it is over here,
brother.
brother.
A very wet country.
Same here. You are literally across a pond in comparison to America and the rest of the world.
You'd be surprised, mate, the difference over here.
Honestly, when the heat hits, I can't imagine there'll be much difference.
When me and her went over, we used for the first time, then went to Manchester. It was 30 degrees the whole time, and I was absolutely loving it. Here, sometimes, whenever it's like 20 to 25, it feels worse than that 30-degree weather when we were in Manchester.
When you were in Manchester, were you by the water?
No, we were in the city, like in city centre.
I have to ask that question because obviously there's a lot of rivers that run through the UK.
I didn't see a river, so...
Yeah, that's fine.
Aoife was dying, and I mean dying. I was absolutely loving life, mate, because it wasn't heavy on you. Like, yes, it was blazing hot, but it wasn't, like, over here, it's like, I don't know how to describe it, other than it's just, like, really groggy in a way.
Yeah, brother, you see, what you've just described is how everyone else feels about the UK heat. You're just fucking weird.
Yes, I am.
Yeah, I mean, we've already established this plenty of times over the years, but yeah, that's how everyone else feels about the UK heat, mate. You just, for some reason, feel better about it. No idea why.
I absolutely love it. Can't get enough of it.
Anyways, this week we do have a lot to discuss due to me being away last week. Well, not away, but me having a set of issues last week. Honestly, it's just been a bad bloody few weeks. I'm not enjoying it.
You've not been having a good time, Roy?
No. It's kind of like the common consensus. Of life, yeah.
Sorry, you're 27 and a half years late for that.
Shit. Unfortunately, I couldn't talk. I couldn't quite talk when I was, just born.
Oh, no. Once you're born, it's too late, mate. That's why it's like over 27 and a half years late.
Oh, fantastic.
Yeah, sorry.
Well, amazing.
The option was there. You just had to speak up, but instead you chose to whinge and cry.
Bitch. Okay.
I just felt Rory's hand come through my monitor. I'm not too sure, though.
This has really set the tone for this episode already. So we'll be starting off this week with Mixtape and some disgraceful shit I've learned about that over the last week.
Oh, no.
We'll be moving on to the Steam Deck and how, unfortunately, it's been increased in price, which is kind of gutting. After that, I'll be moving on to the fact that Valve's hinting that it's quite close to the Steam Machine finally being launched. A new Kingdom Come Deliverance game is officially confirmed for next year, which I find insane after Deliverance 2 was only dropped, was it last year? Or early this year?
Don't look at me, man.
Then we've got a Gothic through. No, maths is your strong point.
Yes, and that's about it.
Yeah, that's what we've got. Gothic Remake is coming, but apparently it's got a big catch. Fable gets its first official ratings ahead of Xbox Game Showcase.
Did I hear something about Fable being delayed?
It has been delayed till 2027, yes.
Yeah, I thought I heard.
Official new Witcher 3 release coming next year will be a must-play before The Witcher 4. Also, in regards to that, The Witcher 3 announced that they've got a new DLC. I just...
As you do.
Yeah, I can't believe it. I really can't believe it. And then we've got our good news in gaming this week, because that's needed to at least pull us to some sort of sense of normality.
Yeah, we need something.
What were you trying to say, sir?
I'm not too sure, to be honest. My brain, it's not braining. Your
brain never brains.
Hey.
Am I wrong?
Just because you're right, Roy, doesn't mean you have to voice it. Alright? Alright?
Yeah, I get that. Anyways, what's wrong with Mixtape? Why does the internet seem to hate this smash hit? By the way, there's been so many articles by games journalists lately that are absolutely attacking the games industry, the actual players, instead of actually paying attention to why people might feel like this. So, we're going to go through this. The Mixtape fiasco. From start to finish.
Let's start with what the game is, because I actually don't know what this game is.
So, Mixtape, it's basically meant to be a very much story-focused game. On their last night, 3 friends embark on one final adventure, play through a mixtape of memories set to the soundtrack of a generation. It's basically meant to be like a late ending of the 90s sort of era story of teenagers and what they're doing and the lives they've led so far.
Right.
It's one of them stories that you're usually quite happy to see from time to time, and can be done right in a good game. As you can see, games journalists absolutely adored this game. So you might be wondering, considering games journalists have enjoyed it, and there's an 86% positive out of 3,248 reviews, and it's only £16, you'd imagine, 1, it's probably a indie game. 2, games journalists and players seem to quite enjoy it. So what could possibly be an issue? Well, I have a couple of things. To start with, this game is supposedly and allegedly backed by a millionaire or billionaire. I can't recall which one it was said.
This game that you were telling me about.
You recall. It's also supposedly got backing in some way from the Australian government, so it definitely can't come under the indie categorization. On top of this, the reason why people are very upset, I watched a video over the last week to see how little input would be needed to complete Mixtape from start to finish. Would you like...
Now I remember the whole conversation.
Oh, I told you then about this video.
Yeah. It's all flowing back to me.
Yeah, there was a grand total of 150 button presses. And he didn't have to use the analog stick most of the time. Because it turns out the game's got auto-correction on movement.
Not really understanding the point of any of that.
Oh, well, I can give you an answer on that if you'd like.
Yeah, we actually come to a conclusion as to what is going on with this game.
Yeah, so basically this game is going to be dropping a theatrical release, apparently. And this theatrical release is basically just the game without any of the gameplay, which is effectively what the game is, because it only requires 150 button presses.
Yeah.
So basically they wanted to make a movie, but they weren't talented enough to make a movie. And they didn't think a movie would sell as much. It's harsh, but that's genuinely how it feels.
Yeah.
They've. I don't know.
It is strange.
But then.
On the morning as well.
Yeah, and I'll be honest, that's what a lot of people's complaints are about. It's the annoyance of the fact that there's not really any gameplay. Sure, the story can be as good as it wants to be or as shit as it wants to be, and I'm sure a lot of people are going to feel that it's not really the greatest thing. But some people are going to adore it. Now, when I want to get a game, I play a lot of games not just for a story, but the primary thing I focus on is the mechanics and the gameplay. If you are severely lacking on that front, I am not going to enjoy that game. So of course I'm going to be upset. And I'm sure there are many others like that.
Yeah, at the end of the day, when it comes to the game, as good as the story is, you still got to play through the game. It's not 24/7 story because that's just called a film.
Yeah.
And you're not gonna care about finding out what happens in the story if getting through the game is a chore.
No, exactly. Now, there's another part of the problem. As I said, games journalists rated it stupidly high. I can't quite figure out. As you and me looked through last week when we had a private talk between us, IGN rated it a 10 out of 10 when they rated Crimson Desert a 7 and a bunch of other games lower. And I've seen reviews from some guy in IGN, I believe it was. I don't quote me on that because I can't recall exactly who it was. But they were complaining and whinging. It was PC Gamer, sorry. They were complaining and whinging that James Bond from the new game shouldn't be a game character and should stick to the movies because he cannot relate to the character because he's too clumsy as a person compared to Bond.
How many? Isn't there? Is this the main James Bond guy? Yeah, that's saying it, or because hasn't there been like multiple James Bonds now?
Oh yeah, there's been many, but no, this is a games journalist talking about the new game.
Oh, it's not even. Oh, it's just the games journalist talking about it.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah, it's a really pathetic statement. But this is what I mean. We've got comments like this coming out, and then we had some other things to do with Mixtape itself. We had one article writer claiming that the entire reason the game's hated is because two of the main characters are female, making it a misogynic issue. I'm not even joking. This is a genuine argument made. We had another person claiming, oh, this is all Gamergate all over again. Well, basically, they've just looked at a way to make it extremely political and offensive, and I'm like, well, no, it's fucking nothing to do with that. It's just not a video game by video game standards. If you wanted to make it something like that as well, how it is, as my other half said yesterday, why didn't they just state like it's a novel? What's the thing called again? Something novel. I always forget the name of them. Visual novel. Like they could have gone into that categorization. I find it ludicrous that they've tried just sitting there falsely advertising the game, and you can beat it in 150 button presses.
That is something that's kind of wild. You know, that sort of makes me think of way back 20 odd years when games were a lot simpler. And that would be like some sort of world record that people were always trying to beat. You know, there'd be some community around that where it's like, how few button presses can you take to beat the game, or like similar to speed running, you know?
The other thing, as my other half has thankfully pointed out and reminded me of, there is another game franchise that tries to do something a little similar, but I'll say it tries to. Let's be honest, they blew up many years before, and this feels like a bit of a... Let's say they take a little bit of inspiration. Bit too far. Remember the Life is Strange games, all?
Yeah.
Yeah, you can see some blatant inspiration from the game.
Very similar art style, yeah.
Yeah. Now, while stuff like that is fine in theory, they try to, like... The best way I can describe this is it's a 3-hour experience where you're just dragged through stories, given exposition, and talked at. And that is not a game, that is a film. If you can't make a film, don't have the budget for a film, you want to
slightly
make a game.
interactive film.
Yeah. And not being funny, Netflix has fucking games on it. Get yourself put on Netflix, not on fucking Steam. It really fucks me off. And the fact that all the games journalists have been trying to defend it like their lives depend on it reminds me of Forspoken all over again. When they were defending that game to the ends of the earth. They did the same thing with Concord. What is it with games journalists and defending things that the gamers dislike on a severe level?
I told you, I tell you quite often now, whenever we look at reviews from these so wise game reviewers, you don't listen to them anymore because they just constantly prove that they don't have a clue what they're on about anymore. Because we see, for example, as you're saying, games like Forspoken and Concord getting these fantastic reviews. And then Concord announces shutting down their servers 9 or 10 days after release. That's like, right, so you guys said this game was absolutely fantastic. Doesn't seem to be the case. You just can't believe them anymore. The best way you can review a game, and still not solid, because it's like when your friend tells you a film was shit and you go and watch the film and to you it was great, is through reviews from the community.
Yeah.
You can get a rough idea and you can see possible issues that persist in the game from people putting it in their review, and you can see if that puts you off or not. Otherwise, the only other way you're going to get a full feel of what a game is like is just by going and playing it.
No, exactly.
Especially nowadays. There's no reliable source anymore.
Right. So, they gave... This is given 007 First Light a 9 out of 10. Rightfully so, I've heard really good things. It looks really enjoyable. Forspoken, they gave a 6. I'm actually quite surprised, but I'm happy they did. Well done, IGN, you got that one right.
6 is a bit oof.
Concord, 7. How the fuck did Concord get higher?
Who knows? What was it? There was a really good game that they gave a 6 that you looked at last time. Was it Crimson Desert?
It might be.
They gave a bit of a shit review, which is slightly understandable because of the story, but overall, given what we've heard from that game, this is why you actually listen to what the community has to say. People are saying that the story is shit. The devs have acknowledged the story is shit, but it's not just about the story. A game is never about one thing. It's never about just the story or just the mechanics or just this one character. I mean, which is why you just can't listen to these so-called reviewers anymore because they're wrong, basically.
To be honest, yeah. I mean, look at that as well. It's 10 by IGN. The other thing that I'm pretty certain of, from what I've heard, there are no choices to make.
There's none.
No, none at all. It is literally you are being told a story from start to finish. And not even an interactive story. This is the thing. When you play a game like Call of Duty, a lot of the choices are made for you. If not all of the choices are made for you.
The only thing you're doing in Call of Duty is just playing through the missions.
Yeah, you're doing the interaction, the actual fights, and that's what's interesting. And then you're being told the story that goes along with them.
Well, that's what used to be interesting about Call of Duty.
But you get my premise. That is fine. That's a good way to do it. Then you've got the other way, Life is Strange sort of thing. You're making the choices that impact that story. And you're also living it.
The gameplay is very strict. But those aren't necessarily games for the gameplay.
No, exactly. Some of the gameplay elements are pretty cool, but they're not amazing compared to something else. But they are telling a story that you are creating with your choices. And that's also a good way to do it. On the other hand, you can't give me something that has no gameplay, no story choices, put them together and go, here you go, this is a game. No, motherfucker, that's a film. And at worst, it's a TV show. Honestly, what you could have done that would have made it worse, you could have done what the old Telltale games used to do and turned it into like a seasonal thing where you buy each fucking episode. But if you'd have done that, I'd have screamed. But yeah, shit show. I don't get it.
At that point, though, because it's such a common thing that seems to be happening, where have these reviews came from then that made it so positive? And the review of the Game Journal or whoever it was that reviewed it gave it, there was 2 of them that had 9 and 9.5, and the rest was 10.
Yeah. Now you see, that's the bit that is leading to speculation. There are people that are alleging possibly bought views and reviews. Then there is just the chance that a lot of people are straight up just enjoying it, which is also a possibility. But it's one of those things you can't really say too much.
I mean, at that point, if people are enjoying it, then it just is simply on the wrong platform.
Yeah, it's one of those things.
I don't know where you would publish a game like that, because it's not my kind of thing, and I don't have any interest in it. But
itch.io.
I feel like there's there you go. That's fair.
I think it'd be a good place to put it on. But what they wanted is they wanted the primary of the gamers. They didn't want to be put on some extra thing. Well, it's certainly not got as many sales as you'd expect, has it? Nope. I wonder how many. Let's see. See, I guarantee people will enjoy it, but the thing comes down to, is it really worth what it was? Jesus, that's a lot less people playing than I thought there were.
If it's able to be done in 150 button presses, and I doubt there's any replayability, even for the people that have enjoyed it, you're going to be through it pretty quick and done with it.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, there's it's going to be done pretty fast. I mean, even if you take like the total amount of like all them added together and count them as unique users, you're probably talking at like what, 10k people at most. Yeah, I'd argue that's right. 10k at the highest.
Actually see what's the price of this?
£15.99.
Well then, for something that you could get a phone call when you hit play and walk away for an hour and come back and the game's finished itself.
It's 3 hours long, and you do need certain inputs, otherwise it will just not work. But effectively.
So it's just a line of code then?
Honestly, may as well be. If you have issue, press button.
So it reads down the line of code and then it just needs an input of Y or N.
Yeah. So, I'm just going to read this here. Mixtape has solid reviews, but nobody believes them. Mixtape has been pulling in massive numbers from most reviewers, ultimately earning a high Metascore of 95 on Xbox, but 91 on PC, and 85 on PS5. It has been labelled a heartfelt and visually stunning artistic marvel that resonates emotionally with players of all shapes and sizes, and boasts a dreamlike setting that transports older players to days gone by. But in some corners of the internet, it's been pulled to pieces, used as a punching bag by many, who have branded this game a bizarre failure of a title, and it boils down to a few key criticisms. Notice how they're trying to mitigate the criticism. 1. Mixtape can be completed in just 2 to 3 hours, depending on how fast you whip through it. 2. The game has minimal mechanics, and certain on-rail sections can be completed without any input from the player. They say certain, I think there's about 3 or 4. On social media, strange clips have surfaced focusing closely on one segment of the game that simulates teenagers making out quite crudely. Yes, I've seen it, and it's the most disturbing shit that's ever been put in anything ever. I am not joking.
That's not where I saw this going. I don't need to see it.
Oh, no, you do. You do. You do. You need to suffer along with me.
It's okay to even show. Is this okay? What the fuck?
This is the scene. I've got muted audio, so it's fine. Thank you, Naughty Gaming, for this. I appreciate you. Saving me a job. Yeah, I'll end that there just so no one has to suffer any further. Are you okay, Will?
No. What leads someone to make something like that?
I'm happy you have the exact same line of questioning I had. Doesn't make sense, does it? That there is no reason anyone would add that. And they're just, oh, well, it's to show the awkwardness. Awkwardness? Mate, I feel like I've just seen a fucking Japanese film that's been mostly mosaic censored.
Oh, fucking hell.
Honest to God.
Why did I have to witness that exactly?
Because if I have to suffer, you have to suffer. That's kind of the rule. Same with when you suffer, I've got to suffer. It's just kind of how we work. You know the drill. If you come down with an illness, for some reason I catch it from across the pond.
I'm gonna intentionally look for something just horrific now.
That's fine.
And I'm not talking like the standard kind of horrific that would like people would be horrified by. I'm on like something for our level.
Oh, that'll take a bit.
You're gonna pay for this.
That's fine, brother. That's fine. One user shared a 3-minute clip of Mixtape showcasing an on-rail section with QuickTime event fragments that completed itself without any involvement from the player. This garnered a whopping 14 million views in 2 days, with the same user writing, all flash, no substance. Whenever there's a small character movement, they yeet you on over to the next playable set piece. Here's the clip. Let's watch it, shall we? I'm just going to mute the audio. God damn, the compression's awful. So you're supposed to, like, jump over these things.
Oh, yeah, obviously.
But if you don't press the button...
Oh, I was hoping they're going to smash the head off of that.
Yeah. This person's not pressing a single button. This is insane. Who makes a game like that? Bro. This is just a film. Oh, okay. Man. Some of the industry's most recognizable creators joined the foray, offering their 2 cents about Mixtape, often processing their alignment with the bandwagon that it's barely a game. Because it's true. Of course, many pulled up reviews from the likes of IGN which awarded Mixtape a 10 out of 10, and questioned how much of a bag they'd secured to rate the game so highly. Not that people have been wondering that about IGN for a very, very long time.
At this rate, mate, when we saw the reviews for Concord, we've been and games long before Concord, we've been wondering it for years, many years.
Yeah. Oh, here we go. Insider Gaming also have got to answer a question here. I'll take this opportunity to draw attention to our review of Mixtape, which also gave perfect marks with the following comment. Beethoven and Dinosaurs Mixtape is a deeply nostalgic, coming-of-age masterpiece that beautifully captures the emotional weight of 3 friends facing their last day of high school through its inventive gameplay. I quit. But this will be the last episode. I'm done. I can't live with this.
They're like actually saying, just here's our review of how good it was. Is that what they're trying to say?
Yeah, basically. Inventive gameplay, stop-motion inspired visuals, and stellar soundtrack. No wonder you paid $50,000 in royalties per soundtrack. And it delivers a profound and unforgettable experience about growing up in the bittersweet nature of goodbyes. The only unforgettable experience I've got is the fact that this fucking thing exists. In another clip uploaded on social media with 3 million views, one creator shared a promotional package themed around Mixtape that was shared by the game's developer and publisher. Again, this prompted netizens to claim that the influencers were being bought to give Mixtape strong reviews.
And going back to what I was saying, how you just can't trust any of these so-called game reviewers anymore, this is exactly why. It's absolute nonsense of all these positive reviews for a game that has basically 0 gameplay.
It's just fucking horrific. I just don't get it. Scroll down to the comments. You're shills. The guy responds, you're, and corrects it. Wow.
Grammar Nazi move when they have nothing to respond.
Yep. Oh, dear God. I've noticed as well, I can't leave a comment. There's no, option to do so. So they must have ended the comments after he responded to him. Petty little bastards. Who are you, Grant? Usually they give us information. Been playing gaming for 30 plus years and in the industry for 10 plus. You'll probably find him playing a post-apocalyptic game or an extraction shooter somewhere. You don't fit the criteria at all. Not in the slightest. Arc Raiders, Valorant.
I don't have anything to say.
Yeah, so
I hear about this shit you showed me. You should have left that to the end. You've done a sin.
That kissing scene is something else. I just, yeah. Genuinely, I think I've seen less disturbing shit from the Japanese in their animes.
Wow, I'm sure I can say the same.
I can, but that was the most disturbing shit I've ever seen.
The Japanese are strange fellows, let me tell you.
Oh, I'm aware. So it's official. Unfortunately, the Steam Deck has just got more expensive. Now, there is a lot of criticism currently going around for Steam, as they did not give a warning ahead of time like a lot of the other companies did. It's unfortunate. It really is. I kind of wish they had, but at the same time, I do sort of go by the idea they did hold off the longest. And considering every other games company had done so, I think it's only to be anticipated and expected. The price increase, in my opinion, is a bit ridiculous. From what I understand, they've gone up about, let me see. So in US dollars, it's gone from 549 to 789.
Whoa.
For the 512 gig.
I was not expecting that.
Yeah, $240 increase. And the OLED, 1 terabyte OLED received a bigger one. It went from 649 to 949, a $300 price increase.
Jesus. Yeah, given how long, like, how old is the Steam Deck now?
Oh, it's a fair bit older.
Yeah.
What you got to take into account to that,
what we're seeing.
Yeah, what you got to take into account, unfortunately, is the RAM shortage that's still going on.
I know that, but at this point, like, how many sales are they still seeing? Like, that's just insane. But the people who've been having to wait before they can get one.
Oh yeah.
Are now gonna have to wait even longer because they just knocked it up.
It's not good, honestly. It's really not good.
I wasn't expecting it to be that bad.
So if we go 1 terabyte OLED, price history. Oh, I can't see prior prices. That's weird. I might be able to see how much I paid for it. Because I bought the OLED 1 terabyte. Let me have a quick look into my purchase history. Because I must admit, it has been a while since I've taken a look. Account details. View purchase history.
That's a shame to see, though, to see that big of a price.
It is massively so.
And Steam are usually really good about it, and yeah, they held off the longest, but is that...
Oh, wait, now I got the 512 gig OLED for £479.
So about $529?
Let me just check
maybe a little more.
So the OLED 512, it's this one. It's gone up from 479 to 649. So what's that, 125? No.
What?
I'm not sure. I'm bad at math.
No cheating. No cheating. Go on, you can do it.
I can't do it. Fuck you.
What was the price you paid?
479.
Okay, come on. Very simple numbers. Difference between 47 and 64, Roy. That's all you got to do.
I can't be asked. Leave me alone.
You little bitch. You're pulling out your phone, you little bastard.
What are you on about? I'm pulling out my phone. You seem to forget I've got multiple fucking monitors.
Oh, even worse. Unbelievable, Roy.
Oh, Jesus. What? What did I do wrong?
You might even use the calculator to figure it out. Oh,
man.
No,
I think my fucking numpad just messed me up. There we go. £170 increase.
There we go. How long that take? Can we get a counter?
Way too fucking long. My head hurts, man. Leave me be. So yeah, it's not a fucking small increase at all. It's sad.
What are we gonna do with you?
Put me in the ground, preferably. It's sad, but there's not much that we can do about it currently. I do have some positive news, actually, regarding this whole thing, technically, but not to do with this in particular. So, regarding AI, that's caused, obviously, the vast majority of these issues, it has come to pass that apparently Microsoft has decided to start hiring more employees because it is cheaper than AI to run. How long did it take them?
I can't remember if I was talking to you about it, but there's a lot of them that aren't going to be getting built, the data centers.
Yeah.
It's predicted that around half of them aren't actually gonna end up being built.
Yeah, I think that sounds about right.
And I think that there's a lot of places as well where people are really starting to essentially rebel the idea of a data center being built in their area.
Oh, massively.
Because of the issues it causes, and you cannot blame them.
Oh no, 100%.
I don't see the point there. Like, what does this actually get you? No, if people want to data mine or gather data on whatever, most of the time now they'll just do it themselves. Like they're not gonna get much from it. Because let's be honest, most of them they're doing it for worse reasons than they let on.
Depending, yeah.
All this shit. So I when you look at those reasons, like no one cares about outsourcing it anymore. People do it themselves. Well, how accessible technology is, how easy it is to do things now. There's a YouTube tutorial for everything.
Yeah. So, Valve hints at the Steam Machine launch finally being close. The Steam Machine Welcome Tour experience has been added to Valve's digital storefront. Based on the company's recent patterns, the addition may indicate that the long-anticipated PC line is finally nearing release, with the Steam Machine potentially debuting in early summer 2026. Valve announced the second-generation Steam Machine in mid-November 2025, as we already know and as we have covered in grand details. So, the Steam Machine Welcome Tour was added to Steam's backend last night, which looks like this. Welcome to the Steam Machine.
You know what I'm going to say? If we've just seen what we've just seen,
yeah, what the price looking like,
it doesn't seem like it's going to be good.
No, it does not, sir. We'll have to see though, which is unfortunate.
And I guess the other thing as well to see, well, not necessarily how reasonable it is, but how good it compares to consoles, which is what it's going to be fighting.
Yeah.
How expensive is it in compared to consoles?
That's the question.
And will it be worth the price increase?
Yeah.
And I feel like now we're going to see a real big price hike for it. Obviously, we don't know what the price originally was going to be, but
no.
I feel like now it's not going to be pretty.
No. I mean, I've always had the argument that if it was like £100 to £200 more than a console, I'd probably argue it, to be honest. Yeah. And if it still remains in that sort of boundary, I think it's arguable. I really do. But it's a wait and see case.
We're just going to have to see what happens with console and the Steam Machine.
The GameCube. Just think though, if AI hadn't done this, it'd have been so much better off.
Who knows? Maybe we're slowly on the mend.
Maybe.
With them seeing just how insanely expensive it is.
Yeah. How much do you think the Steam Machine will cost? In my opinion, anything below a $1,200 starting price will be a pleasant surprise given what's happening lately. I'd agree with that.
But will we see it?
That's the question. So a new Kingdom Come Deliverance game is officially confirmed for next year, which is shocking considering Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 dropped. Let's find out. Hate my keyboard. You really need to get a new one.
He says this every week, huh?
I do. Last year, 4th Feb. That's quite impressive.
Barely a year old.
Yeah. Fans craving next entry into the Kingdom Come Deliverance franchise won't have to wait too long, as Warhorse Studios have announced the next game in the series could launch as soon as next year. The future of Kingdom Come Deliverance series has been in question ever since the rumours began circulating about Warhorse Studios' next project. Did you also hear that Warhorse Studios is making a Lord of the Rings game?
Oh god, no. They've not been going well, have they?
Correct. However, it being Warhorse Studios who made the Kingdom Come Deliverance games, and they're making a RPG Lord of the Rings game that sounds like it's going to be open world. If they take what they've learned from Kingdom Come, it could be an amazing game.
Could be.
Could be is the frightening
They have a lot of work to do because that game franchise, or just the name of Lord of the Rings and being a video game, has not got a great track record at the moment.
No, that it does not.
So I wish them the best. Hopefully they don't tarnish their name.
Yeah, I mean, they've done really well with their first 2 games. The fact that they literally have released 2 games in total together and they've been smash hits.
Well, it's looking promising then, huh?
Yeah. Warhorse Studios have been quick to reassure fans that even though it now holds the Lord of the Rings IP, Kingdom Come Deliverance remains a priority for the studio. That's equally good to hear.
So they're happy to just throw Lord of the Rings under the bus if it's going to shit.
I mean, hey, do it. Kingdom Come is what people go for. Along with announcing the third game in the series, Warhorse also announced that a Kingdom Come Deliverance movie is in the works.
I'm liking that we're finally going into the movie phase of games. Because,
Yeah.
let's be honest, it's just an awesome idea. The premise of it is awesome.
Well, this is the thing. We used to have them, but they were shocking back then. And now we've got them, and they're actually surprisingly really good.
I think my favorite thing about it is you love games, and even me, who puts in a lot of time constantly. There are those times that you just can't be arsed, and you just sit on the sofa trying to find something on YouTube or something.
Yep.
And having a film of the game that you're really enjoying at the minute, what more can you ask for? Need a break from playing it? No problem. I'll just go watch the film of it instead.
Somehow, though, I don't think I'd enjoy a Rust film, just toxicity for an hour.
No, thank you. No thanks. No, we don't need that.
It'd just be lots of... It'd just be like lots of racism, Russian people screaming,
we don't need to
the
talk
occasional
about
Chinese person. It'd be very interesting, but it'd be very confusing.
Just stop.
Gothic 1 Remake comes with a big catch. So, I don't know if you've seen how the original Gothic looks. I'm pretty sure I own it. I own Gothic 3. So, I'll show you just... Jesus Christ. Gothic 1, here we go. This is the graphical quality we're talking about. A 2001 game.
Standard, honestly.
Yeah. So, apparently, they're remaking it from the ground up. And... this is what we're looking at now. I despise depth of field myself, but graphically,
I have to deal with that enough in real life. Please turn it off.
Graphically, stunning. He looks ugly as fuck.
He looks beautifully ugly.
Yeah, but it releases on the 5th of June, so literally in 5 days. So,
well, we'll get to discuss that next week then.
Yeah, I'm sure people are going to absolutely adore it. It's good to see. They've got a sneaky day one patch requirement. The hell's this about? Cancel your pre-orders. Gothic Remake is unplayable offline. THQ is withholding this information from customers. No proper marking on the package. No notice on the store. This is discovered through a copy of the game that was sent by the official THQ store early. Unable to check the state of the game, please make sure you're connected to the internet and try again. Okay.
No.
So this is just once again, it's just the whole thing about the consoles all over again at the moment. And pretty much all these game cases do say requires content download or requires online access. It's pretty common. It's not great, but it's the common world we're living in at this point. And for us on PC, it doesn't make any impact. I'll be brutally honest. We can just turn off his internet after we've loaded the game. It will not cause us any problems. However, for them, it will. And they don't like it.
Me personally, I'm basically never offline when I'm on my PC unless there's an internet outage, which is very rare in itself. But it still should be a requirement because not everyone is like me. Not everyone will always have access to internet, or maybe their internet's really slow, and sometimes that can mess with some of your games because you have the option to play online or offline. But when you're online and you're trying to play and the internet starts getting a bit dodgy, it will constantly say it's lost connection to the internet and maybe kick you out. You have to reload offline. You've lost your progress. Yada yada yada. There are issues that it can cause, especially for console players. So when that's an issue, or when that's just not an option to play offline, kind of it'll take away for a lot of people from getting it.
100%. But at the same time, unfortunately, we're no longer in that era of you would collect games in their cases, physical games, so that you could play them in the future. We're no longer in that stage, and we're getting to a point now where it's very much going to be a case that we're no longer going to have that sort of stuff. We're going to lose a lot of games due to it. I mean, we've already seen it with The Crew, for example. Ubisoft put as part of the terms and conditions that you sign up to when you play The Crew that when they stop services, you have to, by law, because of the agreement, destroy your copy of the game.
Because you're totally going to do that.
Yeah, exactly. Sorry, it came through as like a bit of a mumble there. It was a bit weird. But yeah, it's sad, but at the same time, for a lot of people, it's not really going to make much difference. It's unfortunate, but there's not much that can really be said about it. Fable, the upcoming open world RPG from Xbox Game Studios and Playground Games, has been rated by the content boards in South Korea and Australia. It's yet to receive an ESRB rating, but given that these two boards have handed down similar classifications, both effectively equivalent to the mature rating, fans should probably expect the ESRB to land in the same ballpark. That's good news. We wanted a mature Fable game.
I'm really going to run off for a second. I'll be right back.
That's fine. But we all really wanted a Fable game. Because Fable's fantastic as a mature type of game. It's always been the same. It's always got that sort of mature humour to it, and that's what we're all after. Mature is usually the 17 plus category, so typically 18 years old moving forwards. The other thing about Fable, unfortunately, though, as Will did mention right at the beginning of the episode, is that unfortunately Fable has been delayed to next year. But not much can be done about it. We'll have to wait and see why they needed that delay when the time comes. Fingers crossed it'll still turn out to be a fantastic game. That's what we're hoping for anyways. But we've not seen any gameplay or anything like that, so it's a bit up in the air currently. Hopefully, we'll see some soon. Considering they should have a release at some point soon. Not release, basically just where they'll show a bunch of footage at one of the like expos that the Xbox team do. Right, it's no problem. Official new Witcher 3 release coming next year will be a must-play before Witcher 4. So apparently it's going to be a prologue to the Witcher, future of the Witcher, and I'm very excited. As you know, I'm a massive Witcher 3 fanboy. I absolutely adore the game, and I actually recently re-downloaded it because I'm like, well, one, the DLC's coming, but two, I've got this new PC that could really do with trying this out. They're usually on sale, as you know, so I'm very intrigued at what this price is going to be. Updated for modern hardware, yeah. I've got a sneaking
While we're on the topic of Witcher, you obviously know the show.
Yes.
And the new season that Liam Hemsworth is the Witcher now.
Yeah.
I couldn't watch it.
Neither could I, brother.
I watched a few episodes, and he was just awful. I like the guy. I love the films he's in, especially obviously the Marvel stuff. And I've watched a few other things that he's been in, and they've not been terrible, but they've been alright. But I couldn't.
No, I get that.
I can't remember the guy's name. Is the original Witcher? He is the Witcher.
I recognize the guy's name, but I don't think he's. No, I don't think he is. That's Chris Hemsworth.
What? Oh, Chris Hemsworth. Wow, I'm fucking stupid.
Yeah, Liam Hemsworth is his brother, I think.
Why did I think Liam?
Yeah, I was sat there like, no, Liam, you are right. He is who's taken over. The Witcher. Yeah, he's the guy that's taken over.
Well, that explains a lot.
It's just, he's not part of Marvel. I was sat there like, I'm damn sure this guy's not the Marvel guy.
That just shows how long it's been since I've watched anything Marvel. Because it's not what it used to be. And I've forgotten it.
The last thing I watched from Marvel, I tried watching WandaVision.
You tried what, sorry?
I tried watching that WandaVision.
I never bothered
it was it Endgame?
Endgame was the final...
Yeah, I watched Endgame.
The main, universe, I guess, to be honest, in my opinion.
Honestly, after I finished watching that, that's pretty much been the end for me as a fan of Marvel stuff. I'm okay. Yeah. I still watch the Spider-Mans because those are pretty cool. I'll be honest, but I'm not watching for the universe anymore.
Yeah. It's just a shame Now,
Yeah.
once that was done, that was kind of it. It just wasn't. It wasn't the same. There's still a
No.
few funny bits, sure, but overall,
Yeah, it's not what it once was. It's really sad. But yeah, The Witcher 3's new DLC, I'm very excited for. I think a lot of people are going to be. It isn't just been made by CD Projekt Red. It's also been worked in collaboration with another team that they've worked quite closely with in the past, so fingers crossed all goes well. It's going to be called Songs of the Past, and it's going to be a prologue for a bright new era, apparently. It's basically going to be the prologue for The Witcher 4. So it's very exciting, very interesting. No one anticipated this. No one expected it. So just something to look forward to moving forward. Finally, Will, we've got some good news in gaming this week.
it's starting off with Call of Duty.
Did you actually see any of the trailer for Modern Warfare 4, by the way?
No, I don't follow Call of Duty.
Yeah, neither do I. I just saw that for some reason, surprisingly, it's set in South Korea entirely. Okay. The campaign side looks interesting. Would I play it? Probably not, because I don't like the idea of the multiplayer and the DMZs, because I think I'd just drive myself insane. Anyways, 007 First Light is a smash hit. The title has sold an incredible 1.5 million copies in its first 24 hours.
Jeez.
Which is insane. Let's just check.
I've seen a lot of crazy sales.
Oh recently. Yeah, it's sat.
People are really needing a good game.
Yeah, it's sat at 91% positive out of 6,903 reviews on Steam, which is really good. Let's see. Are we gonna see any? Two negative reviews on the entire thing. Not bad. Not bad at all. Major spoilers. It has a lot of positives. Game starts throwing away its own setup. Okay, so basically the story is negative. Graphics are ridiculously bad. Notice how he's not put any respects in. Game looks like something made on an iPad. The physics are almost non-existent to the point where even by Bond game standards they become unintentionally funny. Sure. Gameplay is weak overall, and the story is just laughable. As an iPad game, this could easily be 9 out of 10. Unfortunately, it presents itself as a story-driven, almost AAA experience while charging €50.
How much is it for you, actually, then, for this game?
£60.
Where's he getting €50 from, then?
Let's find out.
I mean, I guess that works, yeah. That's
007 First Light. So if we look at Euro 69.99.
Yeah. So where's he getting €50 for the game?
Great question.
What? Has it
That's
already had a sale?
That's a very good question. You shouldn't have known. Euros is more expensive.
Yeah.
That's weird. That's really weird. I've got no idea. That's really odd. Okay. Weirdo. Whatever. Anyways, we'll move forward. Warhammer Skull Showcase. Fans of the franchise were treated to a massive slate of reveals, including new content for Space Marine 2, new class for Warhammer 40k Darktide, and a demo drop for Bolt Gun 2, and a teaser of Dawn of War 4. If they are fans of Warhammer, I'm personally not one, but I'm sure that'll be great news for them. Indian strategy updates. Frontier Developments announced that Jurassic World 3 Evolution 3 has resumed its normal DLC and update schedule. Good news for them. PlayStation's got a bunch of deals going across platforms. And Xbox Game Pass, Microsoft reported that a recent price adjustment and offerings to Game Pass are already seeing great success in growing the subscriber base. Good job, you're making some good choices, Microsoft. It's rare to say, but congrats on that one.
You called them Microsoft. You look at
it? I mean, ever since they've had this new CEO, she seems to be making some good choices. I'm shocked. Considering when we first saw her come over, we were very worried considering her old role was to do with AI. And since then, she seems to have moved away from AI so catastrophically, it's insane.
Yeah, the way everything happened, it was kind of strange. It was a little weird, but
it was.
They're putting in the work.
They are indeed. I'm very impressed by them, actually. So very well done to them. I don't have anything else for this week, so Will, is there anything you'd like to mention?
I don't think so. I've been Really busy with the dog and all that, so I've been quite sidetracked.
No, makes sense, though. Makes sense. Are we still planning to play some No More Room in Hell today, sir?
Yeah, it'll probably not be for about 2 hours because
Oh, that's
usually would
fine.
have had we been like putting him in his crate between 11 and 1 and then 4 and 6 for like some chill time to
That's
let
no
him
problem.
try and get more rested because he is still very young.
Yeah.
So I would have normally had him out of his crate half an hour ago.
Apologies.
No, you're good. I knew we were doing this today, so he'll manage.
Yeah, no problem. I don't think we'll record or stream it. We might do. We'll see how we feel.
Yeah.
If so, it might happen.
Might as well hit the record button, you know, it's not like your PC
Yeah.
ain't capable.
Oh no, not anymore. It can do fucking everything, this thing. But the reason I mentioned that is as a heads up for for people who are watching this next week. Feel free to join the Discord that's in the description of both the podcast audio version and the video version, and that way you can actually get notifications of these things ahead of time, or even join in some chats, possibly even join us for some games. Join us, and you'll probably be able to see a lot more of these things.
Yep.
Because we do weird shit in video games, and sometimes that is more amusing than anything else.
Oh, yeah.
It's what we do. Anyways, it is. It keeps us going. Anyways, with all that said and done, thank you all very much for watching. If you have enjoyed, feel free to like, follow, subscribe, comment, and all that good stuff. And as I just mentioned, join the Discord that's down in the description if you want to keep up to date with us. Thank you all very much for watching, and we'll see you all next time.
Bye for now, guys. See you next week.